Hello, I'm Jerry Lintner, and this is State of the Town, a monthly show when we sit with our first selectman, Lisa Heavner, and get brought up to date on the state of the town. Lisa,
Hi, Jerry.
you're always so gracious to make time for us being the whole community, though, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And you in particular.
I've been told by the camera person I can't hit my chest anymore because I have a lavalier mic and it makes big noise. So, well, why don't we start with kind of unsettling news, and then we'll go to all of the wonderful things that are happening.
Okay.
Okay, and this puzzles me. I really don't have the answer at all, or even a good guess. But it seems like every week and a half or something, I either read in the paper or hear on the news that the state deficit is larger than it was predicted to be. So that first round of reductions to the towns, I mean, some of the even more affluent ones on the coast got hit really big, like no money going to them. But ours was what, like 760,000 or something it was cut?
Well, we do have new numbers, Jerry, and we think we're going to be down about 400 to 500,000. So it's better than we were last time
How
we
did it
spoke.
get better when the deficit got bigger? Oh, you went down there. Listen here, Daniel. We've got to talk, right?
No, but it was just the way the numbers are coming out. One of the things that's interesting, Jerry, is for the first time there have been 8 different budgets proposed.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
what I'm
numbers are
talking.
constantly changing, and so it's been I've used the word frustrating. It's been frustrating to know where we stand. It's a moving target. In fact, I was just down at a conference at a meeting at CCM, which is our lobbyist, Connecticut.
Our lobbyists?
Yes,
we have a town
for
lobbyist?
municipalities, we do. CCM.
Oh, for all
Yes,
municipalities.
and they're the ones who we go to. They give us the most up-to-date information on the budget.
Municipalities have such conflicting interests. How can they represent all of us?
Well, they take what's common to us, and so in terms of against mandates that are unfunded, making sure that the budgets and the allocations are done fairly, that there's a proper process
Of course,
and
if we
procedure.
were all Hartford County and then just made the county Hartford, then it'd be one municipality. Like Indianapolis with Marion County did that years ago, and they are now, not that we'd want to be, well, if we were the county, they are the top location of the B-level corporate headquarters. Of course, we have so little space left, but I mean, revenues would be
Right.
shared all over the place.
Well, I think you're right. I think a lot of what this budget crisis has shown us is that we need to continue to look for opportunities to do regional sharing and reduce costs.
Some of the most exciting ones that I've suggested, you've considered a little edgy and would oppose them based on new zoning regulations. But, you know, people pay for sin. They really do.
We're not doing that, right?
We're not going that direction.
We're
huh?
not going there. But so
Okay.
the bottom line is I don't know what the budget is, but I can tell you what the Board of Finance is sort of planning for. So the Board of Finance was planning for us to be 600 short. It looks like we're going to be between 400 and 500 short.
But what happens, like, we have our referendum date.
We do not.
We do not, and we have to wait until we know there's a final. So they're in special session today, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So we're paying them extra because they weren't able to make a decision. Oh, that's kind of unfair, isn't it? Because we have some theys there.
We do, but our representatives have done a great job in keeping us informed and letting us know. But that's John Hampton and Kevin Witkos have been really good advocates for Simsbury and for municipalities. So we've been fortunate in that regard.
Okay,
But
so that's good. Can she be heard? Okay, good. Well, I'm slow of hearing, so I have to kind of guess.
So basically where we are, so the Board of Finance asked
I
us,
didn't hit my chest.
I'm glad, I'm trying to speak loudly for you.
I know, thank you.
So the Board of Finance came to the Board of Education, the Board of Selectmen, and said, we're going to need you to reduce your budget given what's going on at the state. And so we have contingencies in place if we need to do that. But they made that request to us at a time when they thought the gap was going to be 600. Since then, we've learned the gap is going to be 400, and the Board of Education has found some additional savings in their budget that may offset some of the areas that we were worried about. So we won't know exactly until May 18th. That's when the next public hearing is at the Board of Finance, and I believe decisions will be made, and
So
they'll set a
that's
date.
right around the corner.
That's right, next week, yeah.
Okay, and that's the Board of Finance, so that's like a town meeting, or it's just their meeting, but you can attend?
And you can speak. Not all Board of Finance meetings permit
Okay.
public audience.
So are they expecting a big crowd, or will it be here in Town Hall?
And it will be in Town Hall. I hope people come and speak out, because it is important that we understand.
Well, usually that town meeting, there are 3 or 4 people there, so they could fit in the regular meeting room, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I do want to just give credit to all 3 boards, the Board of Selectmen, the Board of Ed, and Board
she
of
is
Finance.
really so nice and so considerate. You know, it's like eating too much candy sometimes this interview. Okay, go ahead. Thank everybody.
The 3 boards have been working in a very collaborative manner. This has been a crazy budget season. We're going to be joined by Elaine Lang in a second, who's the newest member of the Board of Selectmen. And I think you'll see she's gone through the budget process in one of the strangest budget years we've ever had. But all 3 boards have been very flexible in adapting and trying to respond to the changing numbers that we keep seeing from the state. But it has been a very frustrating process.
Okay. Another thing I'd like to address, and then we'll go all the fun stuff.
Okay.
In my 28 years of doing State of the Town, I think at least 5 times the question has come up, do we want to change our form of government? We've made a lot of changes, like the town meeting used to be like really a town meeting, and everything had to be looked at.
Right.
And there were reasons people voted not to have it that way. But this particular one about whether or not we should change our form of government, to a town manager, there'd still be a first selectman, but in a very different capacity. That's been up and voted on for like 5 times. Now, I will give this, times change. It just seems like that's a lot of times, even in 28 years. So it's my understanding that that committee then came back to the Board of Selectmen and made their recommendation. Now, the Board of Selectmen then, is this correct, needed to decide, yes, it will go on the referendum, or no, it won't?
Well, what happened last night is we received their report. So I have not actually read it. We were literally just given it last night.
Okay.
And so what we'll be doing as members of the Board of Selectmen is actually reading the report and then holding meetings and hearings on it to get more public input.
Okay.
And then we make a call whether to refer it on to a referendum.
And the referendum would be the same one that the budget's on?
Yes.
So you got to move fast on this. Well,
But,
maybe not.
Yeah.
The budget doesn't get enacted till July, so we got plenty of time, right?
Oh, it would go on the November referendum.
Oh,
Yes,
the
so
November.
there's
We
plenty
can
of time.
drag
Yes.
this baby out, milk it for all it's
Well,
worth.
actually, the reason why they did it with this timing is because we do get a large turnout in presidential elections, and they felt it was important to put any charter changes that were being recommended at a time when a lot of voters turn out.
See, I kind of like it, being a local person, because I know where you live.
You do know where I live, yeah.
So, and that's been the case for a while. Okay, now let's talk about some more fun things or enjoyable things, because we have a cool guest
We
that we
do.
want to get to. So we only got about 5 minutes to do this part of it.
Okay.
Okay, one, recycling, sponsored by the Grange.
Yes,
But it's a particular kind of recycling.
It is. It's monster-size recycling
Oh,
event.
you have to hold it up for a while.
Am I doing it?
Straight on to the
Okay.
camera.
They're accepting all sorts of recycling items that are electronic. So televisions.
Electronics.
Yes. Computer monitors and screens, toner and inkjet, modems, DVD players, computers, laptops, stereos, radios, and more. And it's going to be at Andy's on the 14th. And
Okay.
that is from 9 a.m. until noon.
Where's Andy's?
You know, Andy's Market. You know where that is.
Well, I do, but if you just moved.
It would be 836 Hot Meadow Street. How's that?
Okay.
And it's right next to the Historical Society, which works out well.
And right next to a liquor store.
Well.
Which is cool, yeah. Okay, then there's something, and this is puzzling to me, because actually you corrected me when I mentioned this. I thought I read somewhere that the Simsbury Public Golf Course was like third in the state ranked, and you told me it was ranked in the top 6 in the nation.
No, not ranked. They were one of 6 public golf courses chosen for evaluation by the USGA.
Oh,
So
have we been evaluated?
No, that's coming in June. So
Why would they choose us?
Well,
To be evaluated. Why not choose everybody to be evaluated?
well, you had to submit an application. Mike Wallace did it for the town of Simsbury with the help of Jerry Toner. And when they found out about how
Mike Wallace, is he the pro that's been there forever?
Yeah, he does a great job
God,
there.
he must be as old as I am.
I don't know how old he is, but he does a great job. And I think it was their description of what Simsbury Farms means to the community and how they plan and do it. And so they're going to get this free evaluation by the USGA.
So do we win something if we get evaluated really high? Or if we are evaluated with desperate need, we get funding? Or
No, it's more a planning document and how to improve the golf play, timing, maintenance. It's a way to improve the parks.
But I'm confused. They'll come back and tell us the plan we've submitted, they'll rate the plan.
Well, they'll come and look at our golf course and make recommendations.
they'll make a
yes,
plan.
they'll make recommendations for us. If you do this, golf play will be improved. If you do this.
I could do that, and I don't even play golf. I could just say,
That's true.
do this, do that,
But
But if I had to pay for it, I'm sorry, I just hit my mic. I wouldn't be doing that. See,
But this is for free.
we're
They're
going to
doing
tie
it for
my
free.
hands to my legs so that I can't.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But the bottom line, it's a real honor, and we're really excited to welcome them to Simsbury, and we're excited to see what they recommend.
Okay, and I did see that we were rated in the top 3 in Connecticut public golf courses.
Well, that's great. I haven't seen that. Can you forward that to me, Jer?
I'll have to remember where I saw it. It's been a little while back.
Okay.
But this spring, yeah. No, I don't think I can forward it to you because I didn't save it or anything. It's up here. But I could search on it.
All right.
Okay, I
That'd be
promise
great.
that. I'll do
Because
a search.
it is a great golf course. I mean, it really is spectacular.
Okay, then we got something with bikes coming up.
Yeah, the Public Works submitted an application, and they're going to get an evaluation on safety on our bike routes. So they're going to look at areas of concern around town and make recommendations about how to improve safety for our pedestrians and our bikers.
Okay, well, we're doing something today that we don't usually do, and that is, I said to Lisa, well, there's a budget thing, there's this thing. Do you have any suggestions? So from her regular report, I've picked a few things that we might want to expand on. Now, your regular report, you televise that on FCTV?
I give it at every meeting, and then I send it out electronically. So if people want to
it's
read
at
it.
the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought maybe this was like an hour of your time to shine all solo or something like that.
No, I do it at the meeting, and then I send it out electronically so people can get updated on what's happening in town.
Okay, and what's this, like a policeman went to the FBI?
Yes, Captain Nick Bolter went to the National FBI School. And
I don't think I've ever met him.
Oh, he's wonderful. You haven't met Captain Bolter, Nick?
Well,
I'm sure you have.
okay, so he's like second under the chief.
Mhm.
There's more than one captain?
He's the only captain we have right now. So he is. He does a great job.
It's a he, right?
It is a he.
So it's not the person who stopped me on Iron Horse Boulevard
No.
for doing a rolling stop.
No, that would not be Nick. But it's a very elite designation that you get. Very few people are chosen. Very few officers get to do this. So it's a real honor for him to have been selected. So we're very proud of him.
That's cool, because I watch Criminal Minds. Even though Shamar Moore has now left the show, and he was one of my favorites. But that's all. I'm sure you watch it. It's all FBI.
I don't watch
No,
that.
that's not
yeah,
one of yours.
that one I don't watch.
Okay, well, we didn't get to all the good news, so we'll save that until next month, which will be exciting. But we have an exciting
We
guest.
do.
Would you like to introduce your guest? She's a double-barrel threat in town.
She is, because
you
Elaine Lang,
join
the
us?
newest member of the Board of Selectmen, and she's also serving as president of the Historical Society, Simsbury Historical Society.
Okay, now that is, you're elected to that.
No.
Well, yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah, from all, hello, Lisa. Hi, Jerry.
Hi. And how long does that go on?
I have been president of the Historical Society since fall 2014, and I will be until this November. and our Executive Vice President, Joe Buda, will be taking over for me in November.
Oh, you're not
So-
running for reelection.
Well, our bylaws allow for one term,
Oh, I see.
so we share the wealth.
Okay, great. Can you scoot in just a little closer?
I will, I will,
I'll
I will.
scoot in. And how do you like being a selectman?
It's been great, actually. I've really enjoyed it. It's quite an interesting year to have as your first budget year, that's for
Yeah.
sure. But it's been great. I grew up in Simsbury and moved away after high school and then moved back. So, I really love the town, and I really have enjoyed the
So
opportunity.
you moved away for high school because the high school here
No,
was
for
too tough?
college.
Oh, for
No, I
college.
finished high school here, went away for college, did all that kind of, I'm not going back to Simsbury, and then had kids and went, oh my gosh, I got to go back to Simsbury.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
like many people I know did. So it's
now let me ask you, because this has been a distressing trend that I saw in our generation, and it came to me as a surprise. It's not uncommon. Your friends become parents of your child's friends,
Yes.
and then that continues when the children are gone. I never thought our friends were in the group that once they've gone through the high school and got this great education, we're out of here because it's too expensive. And certainly not all of them, but a sizable number. And it's not like they all went to Florida. They went to surrounding towns. So, Elaine,
well,
what's your plan here?
what I found, at least from people of my august age, a lot of people.
Yeah, but your
finished-
kids must be like 2 and 3.
No, I've got a senior in high school this year.
Oh, wasn't it illegal to get married at your age?
Oh,
At
stop.
I am pushing 50, Jerry. I am perfectly allowed to have
Oh, I
grown-up
have
children.
to hit my mic. I have to hit my mic. No way. I need a little work. Who would I go to?
I don't know.
You didn't have work?
No.
Wow. Well, you look great. So.
Well, thank you.
I'm sorry if that's sexist, but you certainly do. Okay, so that's not in your plan to go to.
No, I think a lot of people, at least in my age group and in the age group of my siblings, a lot of us, kind of grew up, wanted to go live in bigger cities and a lot of that. But, you start having kids and the public safety, the crime rates, the quality of education, the access to, we're just talking about the Simsbury Farms Golf Course. Living in Northern Virginia outside of Washington, there were almost no public golf courses, and it was about $200 a round if you wanted to play golf on a public course. The private courses were five
Well, then-
figures a year to belong. So
Yeah.
we have these access. We
Oh,
have this
yeah.
access to this phenomenal community and these great resources that really belongs to everyone that lives in
Lisa's
town.
come
So
up
it's
with
great.
a new slogan, perhaps not on purpose, but in the last show she mentioned, and I think it's wonderful, from river to ridge. Simsbury
lovely.
offers so much from river to
And
ridge.
it does. That you can't deny that.
No, I don't deny that at all.
But Jerry,
And-
one of the trends you're seeing, in answer to Elaine's question, you're seeing
Well-
some apartments being built, and we're seeing some of my generation, whose children are graduating from college, are selling their homes but want to stay in Simsbury and are moving into some of the apartments. So you are seeing a little bit of that.
Okay, and part of it is to draw young people to this area who may be working hard for their own. I'm amazed by the number of apartments that go up and how quickly, as they're finished, they're filling up. I really am. And then I want to console you on your physical impairment. Elaine repeatedly bumps her bum. So recently on a bike ride,
The first, it was on the Board of
It was
Selectmen's
on
bike
a,
ride.
yeah.
okay, so, but this is the third time, right?
Well, Jerry, it's been a lifetime of strife for me. I'm known for many things. Unfortunately, not among those many things are grace and athleticism, and I have a tendency to
But these always
fall
happen
on my face unpredictably, or not my face, as the case may be.
Oh, not your face. No, actually, we were at our granddaughter's, one of her soccer practices. So she was kicking the ball over to the field before the practice started. So I decided I would do some of my stuff. I fell right on my nose. I went to kick the ball, and I got my other toe caught on the heel. And too
That's
late to
terrible,
put my
Jerry.
arms out. Oh, yeah, and she was so distressed. And then
That sounds like something I would do, actually. I identify with your pain here.
Yeah, and so then it was like, she was like, I could tell the attitude was, oh, Grandpa's so old, he should never have tried that, you know?
No, not at all. You were okay though, right? Were you okay?
Well, I don't know. How am I doing?
Was your dignity bruised badly?
Not at all. I thought
see,
it
that's
was
a sign
like
of
I thought
internal strength.
I got to work out just a little bit more. So anyhow, though, I love grandchildren, and especially this age, like, you know, when they're verbal, and then on up till teenage, maybe, because their candor is so innocent if they feel secure in their situation. So when I decided I wouldn't get work done, I would disguise it with facial hair. So then as we go down once a week to see her, and so then when we were picking her up at school, they have to sign out. So my wife was signing out. She's looking over, you know, and then she comes up, so she gives me a hug, and she's looking like, Grandpa, you're growing a beard? And I said, yes. I said, what do you think? And she said, looks like a sparkly porcupine. Now, since that time, she has decided, maybe no. You know, maybe it's not the way to go. And then, when we were down 2 weeks ago, and then she said, Grandpa, are you growing your ear hair too? So it's very, very hard not to laugh, and so that they won't feel self-conscious about it. But I just love that. Speaking of candor, take your time. What would you like to comment on?
Why don't you talk about the Innovation Fair?
Yeah, we just finished the Innovation Fair, which was a multi-site, all-day event at the library, the high school, and at the Historical Society. And we got a lot of great exhibits and visitors.
Did you get a lot of visitors? Because it seemed like that's such a new thing to do.
It's the second year.
Oh, second year.
It's the second year. And we had a fair number of people. I think a lot of people were drawn to the new flea market event that was down at the Performing Arts Center, which was also a wonderful event on that day. We had sun, which was a rarity this spring. But it was a really nice day in the middle of town with a bunch of events.
What were the innovative things that...
Well, we had, at the Historical Society, we launched our new...
See, that seems like an oxymoron.
Well, but do you know what?
Innovative.
One of the biggest parts of Simsbury's history is that some great inventions and innovations that have changed the way the whole world works have come right out of Simsbury.
Like
Did you know that?
ammunition.
Well, yes. And did you know the way our traffic flows? We drive on the right side of the road and have traffic lights because of Mr. Eno, our first transportation secretary. The Department of
Did he hate the English, or what was the deal there?
Well, and the Forestry Department, the Department of the Interior, Gifford Pinchot. Yeah. So basically, Simsbury is the home of conservation and environmental protection started right here. And the payphone was invented in Simsbury. Did you know that?
Really?
Really?
By whom? Good question.
I can't remember his name.
Graham Bell.
No, he just was phones in general. I can't remember. Isn't that terrible? I'm a terrible
Probably
Historical
one of his
Society
families.
president.
Okay.
But there are an amazing number of innovations and discoveries that have come out, and they still come. We've got a lot of kind of stealth, maybe you haven't noticed them, but really innovative, exciting companies in town. And part of what we do at the Innovation Fair is we've got kids in the high school who are training in engineering and design that are coming up with new things all the time. We've had robotics champions and all kinds of things come out of the high school, so we're still doing it.
And the library has a 3D printer.
It does.
I know that. I was going to say, I think
and
that's
a great
so cool.
makerspace that encourages from little people all the way up to old coots like us to learn to invent things.
I read an article on a young guy in college who needed braces, couldn't afford them, so he made a mold of his teeth with a 3D printer. Then he made them slightly moved all along, and eventually, and it only cost him $350 to do that, and he has perfect teeth. The let's see, there was one thing that you mentioned that reminded me of something else, and now the camera person has totally waved at me and taken on. She's so pleased. She's saying, now
She's
he doesn't
very
even
stern,
have
Jerry. You better
2 minutes.
do what she
I know,
says.
she's tough. So, okay, well then maybe what we need to do is wind it. Oh, I know the innovation was, I have had this great idea that I've mentioned to so many people and nobody will pick up on it. Recycling ovine, bovine, and human methane for fuel.
I think there's a reason nobody's picked up on that, Jerry.
I don't know what it is, but okay. Elaine, thank
Very
you.
nice to see you,
Thank
Jerry.
you very much. You're almost as chatty as I am. And Lisa, I'd never give her a chance. You got to shut her off. So
Well, you know, she's
Thanks,
a
Jer.
steamroller, that Lisa.
I know she's a toughie. She underneath it all, she really is. Well, thank all of you, and I hope we'll see you again next month on State of the Town.